Okay.
How are you? How do you pronounce your name? Ere?
Ere.
Ere. Beautiful.
Ere. Yeah. it means bright, like sun. Sun is so bright you can't see it. In Estonia, it's Ere.
Ere.
My name.
Oh, Estonia. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ah. I like your videos too. I saw some of your videos. They're beautiful.
Ah, which one?
Yeah. On Instagram. On Instagram.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So nice. I wanted to say I love you, of course.
What's that?
I love you. I wanted to say.
I love you too.
You're so awesome. And sorry, my English is a little bit bad.
No.
I'm a little bit nervous.
Oh, why?
I don't know. I got nervous 5 minutes ago before this meeting.
Oh no, it's
maybe just another language and this kind of topic, and I don't know, and camera also.
No, it's just this is just emptiness, talking to emptiness. So in this emptiness, in this beautiful silence that appears as words, there's all of these sensations that appear, nervousness or whatever, but it's just a part of the show. It's a beautiful appearance of whatever seems to appear in this infiniteness, in this boundlessness that's appearing right now. And it's just perfection. It's just perfection. So how did you hear about this speaker or communication, Ere?
Actually, it started about 1 year ago when my husband asked me, Ere, what do you think about free will or free choice?
Oh, yeah.
It changed my mind. At first, I didn't understand anything. I never thought about it. And so from that on, things started to change. But then I stepped to the spiritual path.
Yeah.
I didn't do that kind of meditation like you did. And for me, it was not so deep.
Good.
But anyway, like about a couple of months ago, when everything fall away, all these beliefs, and it was still very sad for me.
Yeah, sometimes it is sad. Yeah.
So I was thinking that for these guys who have been in spiritual path like 10 years or 20 years or 50 years, I was like only slightly 1 year, and even for me it was like shock.
It is a shock because there's the belief system is held on too strongly, right? There's this it's your identity is your belief system. So when the identity starts falling apart, there seems to be, you can't grasp it anymore. There's no you anymore. There's always been no you, but there's seeming kind of like falling away of everything that you held on to. And it's sad sometimes because it's a drastic change. Although nothing changes, there's a drastic, collapse, right? It's a collapse. It's kind of like, oh, I really believed in this. I really believed in that. And everything that seems to rise is almost kind of like gets sucked into a black hole or emptiness. Yeah. It's all empty. Yeah. And all of that preconceived notion or all of that belief system, all of this stuff doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
just aliveness.
Because I just thought that I found my life purpose to be a healer and shaman.
Oh yeah.
I finally I'm 37 years old, and my mom has told me all my life that I have a healer's hands, like I have good energy and so on. But I didn't know what to do with this. So I was like some ceremonies with psychedelics. So I started to channeling, I started to speak light language, and it goes on like this. And it was like high falling, because then I was like depressed a couple of weeks because I didn't know what I do now. It was hopeless. I didn't see any meanings of life, what I do now. But I was listening different speakers, and I think Nargis or somebody told that she had it also. So I hope that it just passed. But if you are like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and so on, like not good place, then you feel like it's endless. But I had some hope that it's just some kind of process, although there is no time process.
No. So
Yeah.
what seems to follow is the belief system, and I think that's what apparently happened there. There are some speakers though that that the belief lands somewhere, so this doesn't have a landing, so this doesn't become anything. So it's when I was a teacher, I had a purpose. I was actually teaching people to find their purpose. In one of my, I said my purpose is, is to show you your purpose. So it was a big disappointment, right? Because I was like, oh no, I feel like I've been bullshitting the whole time. Yeah, it's like I tried everything that you said to, like all of that kind of thing, right? Because I was always seeking for something. I even tried, I was only eating fruits that fell off a tree, and almost became kind of like a breatharian, you know what I'm saying? But that's another dead end, because you think that you've arrived somewhere. So what's being spoken about here is not really arriving anywhere. It's the constant, never-ending flow of this apparent vastness, this boundlessness, and that's what seems to be appearing there. There's just this vastlessness, there's just this emptiness there, and it can't arrive anywhere anymore. That's why there's a grief about it. There's a sadness, because when I thought that I had a lot of knowledge, I thought that I knew everything in spirituality, and then when you look back at your book again, oh, the pages are all blank. It doesn't really matter. And all the words that are written down are really empty. They don't mean anything. So it becomes a really kind of like, it's almost like the death of knowledge, the death of knowing, the death of everything, basically, the death of my reality, because I really thought that my reality I could control and manifest. And I don't know if you did that too, or I can go to a higher reality. And when it's seen that there's no reality, there's no other reality, it's like disappointing.
Yeah. It is like dream in a dream, some kind of.
It is, yeah. But it's just a singular dream that is nothing. This is still dreaming, like dreaming keeps on going, but it's also emptiness. So there's this aliveness or this lucidity in this dream, kind of like, oh, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's even sadness is beautiful if you really look at it, right? Because it seems so sorrowful that you lost a bunch, but it's also a big burden being a shaman, being a healer, being a purpose, because you have to maintain that purpose. You have to keep on healing people. But when all of that disappears, when all of that is gone, it's like, I'm free now. There's freedom now. It doesn't have to be anyone or anything, because it's just free to be as it is. It doesn't have to have a meaning. It doesn't have to have a purpose. It doesn't have to convince anybody. It's just what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody told me if healing happens after that, this is just
that's
what
okay
happens.
too.
Yeah. But if it's falling away, then you feel good, because anyway, what happens is good.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong or right about anything. Anything can appear, right? It could be whatever. It could be whatever. But there's freedom now, because what seems to appear is not really appearing at the same time. It's not real. So it feels real and unreal at the same time. So it's just what is. It's just perfection. It's just this gladness. You know what I'm saying? That it's like the struggle is over. It's retired.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Yeah. So if it takes a hobby of healing, so what? If it takes a hobby of whatever, so what? It's just a hobby now. It doesn't become a job anymore. It doesn't become your purpose anymore. It's just something that you love to do. Yeah.
So weird that I saw today night a very awful dream, and it was like so real. I felt this dream was more real than the ordinary day life now. Before it was like the opposite. Now this is so simple, ordinary. But my dream last night was so scary, and I felt it in a physical body.
Oh,
also.
yeah.
But what's real anyway? I don't understand.
Yeah, well, the moment that that's why, you know, like it's so beautiful because it feels so alive, so scary, so real. And then when there's a moment of silence, all of that doesn't really matter. You get a glass of water, you're like, oh wow. And then it's forgotten almost like within like 10 seconds or 30, you know, and then you go back to sleep. It's the wonderful reality of the unreal. It feels absolutely real, but it's not. It feels so convincing, but it's not.
But who is watching? Who is seeing this dream?
No one. No one.
Who is remembering it? Who is feeling? No one.
It's emptiness. No one. It's just emptiness. Emptiness
it's
appearing
like
as
coming from nowhere.
It's coming from nowhere. It doesn't have a source. It doesn't have a there's no prior, there's no time. So all of this appearance, all of this immediacy is just this what do you call it? It's just this vast, boundless energy that doesn't have any identity. It's appearing as you and I right now. It's appearing as the light. It's appearing as a nightmare at night. It's appearing as the past, the present, the future. It's appearing as everything, but it's really nothing. And when it's seen that it's really nothing, there's just this, how do you say it? It's just this infinite unknowing. But it's beautiful.
Unknowing.
Yeah, it's unknowing, yeah. So it even appears as knowing, but it's always unknowing.
Yeah.
It appears as whatever.
Yeah. So many times I feel like I don't know anything. Before I understand that, okay, a couple of months ago I knew it, but now I say the same thing. I don't know. Sorry, I can't help you. I don't know.
Yeah. It's it's called the blissful of the ignorant. I'm ignorant now. I don't know anything. Everything that's coming is automatic. You know, it doesn't come from an Emerson. It doesn't come from a knowledge. It doesn't come from history. There's an illusion of an Emerson or a history. Nothing. Yeah. So this talking that's happening is just this energetic sound that doesn't really mean anything. There's no stories. There's no concepts. There's nothing in it. It's just a clarity that's appearing, coming out of nowhere. And it's perfect. Beautiful.
It is.
It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be figured out, because who's going to figure it out anyway? And it's just seeing the emptiness and everything. Like, you know, I walk in a mall sometimes and I look at all the people. It's just this beautiful display of nothing. There's no one behind those faces. There's nothing behind that voice. There's nothing, but it feels completely real. And it's just this appearance that's so surreal and real, like a dream at night that you had. But when it's seen that everything is just happening clearly as a dream, then nothing is serious anymore. Yeah. Or it could appear serious for one moment, but it's kind of like, and then you laugh about it. You're like, oh, that's really nothing. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done any Zoom meetings?
I have done in May with Nargis one. I wanted to do more, but right now I don't feel that I want to do it.
Yeah.
And
well, if you want to do some more,
I started with, but I want, of course, because 30 minutes, it's like, it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Because you like to talk and I want to talk more, so yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. This is fun. It's good to see that there's emptiness that is just expressing whatever, right? It's just this expression, and it's just this beautiful, abundant nothing. that appears as feelings of nervousness. That's abundant nothing. Feeling of whatever. Just beautiful. When I do my meetings, it's just so much fun. Have you been to one of my Zoom meetings?
Not.
You have.
No.
No.
Only from the YouTube, but in
my YouTube, yeah.
Not
it's really fun.
Online.
You should do one. It's fun. It's just talking to people that's not really there. It's just talking about this aliveness, and then whatever comes, there's no one doing it. It's just this instant flow of automatic flow of nothing, just expressing as it is. Yeah.
You have this information in your website when these are meetings coming up.
Yeah. I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Maybe you could share a little bit if you like too in the meeting.
Maybe.
It's beautiful.
If I'm not so shy.
Yeah.
I'm not actually so shy, but just it's a camera what I'm a little bit afraid. But
when I started, no, go ahead.
But it's also history. Before it was much more difficult. Right now I feel more relaxed, and we are just no one's talking to each other.
Talking to no one. Yeah. There's nothing special here, so you know what I'm saying. It's just this aliveness. That's it. It's just aliveness. This is like just the air or the trees or whatever, and that's what seems to be appearing there too. It's just this aliveness over there, right? And aliveness appearing as whatever, and it's just this perfection. It's just this clarity. It's already clear. Yeah.
I quite long time when I was watching these videos, I was trying to find the holes. And what I like very much is that you are not a teacher, and not the teaching. And today I thought that actually a couple of days when I knew that I'm doing this meeting, I didn't have any questions.
No.
Like anymore. I had before lots of questions about higher self and awareness, consciousness, and what are these and so on. But now,
it's already clear that there's no questions, and questions that are arising is just another story. It's just another illusion. So any questions that arise is just an illusion, and there's nothing wrong or right about it. But there's just the seeking energy is done. It's as you said, it was sad when you lost that specialness, or when you lost that purpose. There's no more purpose to this meeting rather than just an expression of nothing, an expression of emptiness to emptiness. And that's basically it. It's just this beautiful flowing of whatever it is. Yeah. Nothing needs to be figured out. Nothing needs to be found out. There's no purpose. And that's what I was looking for before when I was a seeker, was I was always looking for a purpose. I was looking for meaning. And then I would go to some Zoom meetings and everything, and it always came back empty-handed because it doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't have any purpose, or doesn't have any direction. Because what seems to be happening is in this appearance is that this appearance feels real, but it's not really happening. So there's no one talking here. There's no one there. There's no one here. This is a dream. And in the dream, there's just this acknowledgement that this is a dream, and it's fun. It's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah. It's so great. Yeah, you have some videos there. I think you have a kid.
Yeah.
Dancing with the kid, beautiful.
That's
just what it is. What's that? How old is she?
15.
Oh, I spent my time with my nephew today, and we just I'll post some videos. It's really funny because we're just talking about the clarity of the lake. I'll post it. It's quite cute. It's just this aliveness. It's beautiful aliveness. And how is your apparent partner with this one? Does he see the difference?
No, because I think we are quite in the same place.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
And Estonia is so small place. I tried to gather a group of people
There's,
talk it.
I don't know if you saw my video with Alar. He's from Estonia.
Yeah, I saw.
He's from
But
Estonia.
I don't know his second name, so it's hard to find.
I'll give you his email.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Then
He
I can
recently
invite. Yeah.
He apparently dropped away, although no one was there in the first place, but there is no Alar anymore.
So
and
I can invite.
Yeah.
Because right now I have only my husband. We can talk in our own language about this.
Yeah,
and,
it's perfect.
We have tried to talk with friends, but it don't go nowhere because they are too spiritual right now.
Yeah. I talked to some of my my old friends too, because some friends, you know what I'm saying, just don't. It's not. There's no point in talking about it, to be honest. It's pointless, right? Because it's not about trying to convince them, because there's no one there to convince anyway. It's not about making yourself right, because there's no one right. There's no one that knows anymore. It's not like something happened, because nothing really happened. It's just what happens is just the normalness or the naturalness of what seems to be occurring. It's just this perfection. So there's no, what's happening there is perfect, what's happening here is perfect. So it's like it's pointless to share it with your family and friends.
Yeah.
But
I want to find friends like in this topic. So that's why I little bit. But if I understand that there is deaf and blind people who don't get anything about that, it goes like from here in and here out.
Talk to Alar.
Talking about stories. So okay.
Yeah, I'll send you the email of Alar. You know what I'm saying? And he's probably looking for some friends too, because he did mention to me that it's really small, Estonia. Yeah,
it is.
We did a one-on-one, and it's really funny because he used to have almost kind of like, he was avoiding this big time. So he would almost like a hyperventilation, anxiety would come in because he's afraid of this communication, right? So one day, apparently, there's no one day, there's just this freedom. And the last video that we did was this freedom, basically. Yeah, it was just this. It was just this amazingness. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Like this. It's just beautiful. When there's nothing to long for anymore. Yeah.
But now it's like more ordinary. Before it was like more like in a heaven. Everything is so colorful.
Yeah.
Amazing. Clouds, birds, trees. Like I saw ordinary. Everything like this time. Huh?
Yeah. Now it's normal.
Yeah.
No, and
but there is life.
That's
inside.
It's extraordinarily ordinary. It's ordinary, but it's extraordinary. It's beautiful.
It is.
Sometimes when I was in the cottage, I was like walking around and looking at this beautiful, like all, so it never ends. It never ends. All of a sudden it's bright again. And then some days it's just normal,
Yeah.
And then some days it's like you see like a bug, like a ladybug, and you're like, oh wow, there's just aliveness and everything. And it never ends. So this is like free falling. Yeah.
And then I feel like I am 3 years old or 2 years old, like a child.
Yeah. That's why I play with my little nephews and nieces, right? Because they understand this innocence and everything. And they just see it, that I'm like a kid now. There's just this, there's just this in loveness with everything. And even cheekiness and naughtiness, right? It's just what seems to appear. It's all innocent anyway, but there's just this playfulness of this character now that was not quite there before. It's just what's happening.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I decided to talk with you.
Yeah.
To have just normal or reflection, or I don't know. I didn't expect any answers or.
Yeah. No. Because there are no answers to this. Just this.
Yesterday I was running in the morning and I felt dead. I felt empty. I didn't understand. It feels like me is coming back, and then it's not me anymore. And
well, you know what? Even the me that's coming back is also emptiness. So it's not about getting rid of that. It's like an app. If you listen to my talks, it's like a Alexa or Siri, right? It just appears.
I don't know that one.
Just like that. It just appears automatically, you know, and it's just an appearance. So it's not about getting rid of that. It's just also emptiness. It's not real, but it feels real. And there's nothing wrong with something that feels real or unreal. It's just what's happening. Yeah. It's perfect.
Beautiful silence.
Yeah.
And my cat, I don't know if you hear.
I hear you. Beautiful.
Our time is up.
Yeah. Well, I think I have COVID again. I have a cough and everything, but it's okay.
Oh.
It's okay. It's just what's happening. You know, there's no story behind it anymore. But I love you very much, and thank you so much for chatting.
Yeah.
I'll send you a copy. I'll pause this right now, and I'll put just a second.